How's it going, everyone? My name is Primacon, and let me yap in your ears a little bit about an indie game that is so popular, probably one of the most popular indie games ever made, that I hate with a fucking passion. I hate this thing more than the Grinch hates Christmas. I don't think I've actually ever hated a video game this much in my life, not because the game is bad in a technical term, maybe it has a lot of glitches, it's cyberpunk at launch, no. It's also not because the game is crippled with microtransactions or it's made by the evil satans at Activision Blizzard. No, I hate this game because it's phenomenally good at doing what it's designed to do, which is make you feel like a helpless, paranoid, anxious, confused out of your mind, have no clue what's going on in this world, dumb, idiot slug cat. That's right, I'm talking about Rain World. Rain World is a game that I played on my channel last year, early in the year. I made about 5-6 videos on it, and I also did a couple of live streams on the game. And every single moment of me playing Rain World was absolutely miserable. The whole premise of the game is it's supposed to be very, very cryptic. So cryptic, in fact, that there's not really a lot of tutorials or the game even telling you what to do or where to go. It's just this vast, sprawling kingdom with all these crazy creatures that not only interact with the player, but they also interact with each other and form this large ecosystem that you're kinda just left to your own devices to figure out. When I got into Rain World, I thought it would be just like a cute 2D game or like any other game, like, Hollow Knight or something, where it's a 2D platformer, maybe a Metroidvania with light combat, some exploration, kinda like Animal World, if you will. But I couldn't be more wrong. A lot of games like to throw around this phrase that, oh, it makes you feel like makes you feel like Spider-Man. Well, Rain World makes you really feel like a half-starving peasant from the Middle Ages. It's because the developers who made this game had a very specific vision in mind. And Rain World actually reminds me a lot of Skyrim. The thing with Skyrim is Bethesda made an amazing RPG set in medieval times, which is not trying to pander or cater to anyone else. If you don't like those kind of medieval settings or you don't like RPGs, Skyrim isn't gonna convert you because it's not trying to. It's trying to be a medieval RPG to people who like those kind of games. Rain World is so similar because it absolutely does not care if you understand jack shit about the game. And while yes, as a marketing standpoint, as a profit standpoint, that might turn a lot of people off and might seem like a stupid decision, why would you turn most people away from your video game? It's also the very thing that sets this game apart, just like Dark Souls does. Imagine how much less popular Dark Souls will be today in its entire legacy if Miyazaki just bent over for all these idiots screaming in the internet that they want Dark Souls to have an easy mode. Rain World's kind of similar. And the reason I hate Rain World is because it induces so much panic in me when I play that game. So a little bit of Primacon lore here. I actually hate bugs. I don't necessarily mind spiders too much. I was even playing with a tarantula one time, but anything that's not a spider, that's kind of like a centipede, a cockroach, or like those tall pole plants in Rain World, which at first I thought was a giant insect and then people told me it's a plant. Things like that give me a lot of anxiety. And I will never forget till the day I die the first time I ran into what they called a mama newt. Is that what it's called? The big flying dragonfly thing that comes after you if you kills too many of its children. You see what I mean? You would never know these kinds of things because it's just this big, sprawling ecosystem that just works on its own and does not care about you being in the world. You eat, you hibernate, you explore, you find these weird gates that only open if you have slept for a few nights in a row, like with full belly for some reason. And I haven't even scratched the surface of this game because I'm actually stuck. I can't make any substantial progress in this game because frankly, I don't get it. It's definitely not for me. But that is such a good thing because it makes the game so much better for those who actually enjoy that kind of video games. In fact, let me tell you about the legend of Very Glupo. Very Glupo is a fellow subscriber of my channel that's been there since 5,000 subscribers. Which, by the way, if you haven't subbed already, make sure you do so. And Very Glupo is a big Rain World fan. And I think sometime in the past, I made a vague statement that, oh, one day when I hit 20,000 subs, I'm gonna continue Rain World. I never actually thought that day would come, unfortunately, but it is here, in fact. And I thought I owe Very Glupo at least one video. At least something. So this whole video is actually dedicated to Very Glupo. But back to the topic. Rain World is more terrifying to me than any other horror game could ever even imagine to be. You know how some people feel like that about Subnautica, who have a really deep, big fear of the ocean? That's how I feel about Rain World. It incites some chemical formula in my brain that just screams fear and panic and anxiety. I absolutely hate that game. I hate playing through it because it is not for me. Because it actually has core values that it refuses to budge from, and it's a phenomenal game for people who enjoy that kind of stuff. It's also getting a DLC soon, or so I've heard, which is pretty hype. But let me know about the game more. I know I have a lot of Rain World fans in my community, and I just wish there were more unique experiences like Rain World out there in the world for people to enjoy. Anyway, thank you for listening to me, Primacon signing out.